Assistant District Attorney Carrie Hoffman. Attorney Andrew Mongen is here. Ms. Skinnendor is appearing by video conference. We're doing the hearing by video conference because of a global, national, and local public health emergency requiring limited in-person appearances in the courtroom for everybody's health and safety. We are live streaming on YouTube, and there's no one in the courtroom gallery. We're on the calendar for a return on warrant. I assume you scheduled this, Attorney Mongen, for your client?
That is correct.
Has the warrant been actually issued yet? Does anybody know? And it looks like it has been, yes. Well, Attorney Mongen, do you know the circumstances of your client's failure to appear?
Yes, Your Honor. We had an arraignment scheduled on the 26th at 10:30 a.m. and the case was called, and of course my client was not present. So a bench warrant was issued forthwith, and for really I believe all 5 of her cases. And after the hearing, maybe around 10:44 a.m., I received a text message from my client with a screenshot of what she thought was my office phone number. It was from a different phone number, but I knew it was my client. She identified herself as Naomi. After talking to Naomi here, my understanding is that she was having some phone problems. She lives out on Shady Drive out in Oneida, which is described as out in the woods. She had some phone issues for the past 2 weeks. Basically, it sounds like she described it as drop calls, sometimes missed calls, or inability to connect to the internet. So she changed her phone number. She has a new phone number now, which is what she texted me from on that 26th. So after that was explained to me, we scheduled a return on warrant hearing with Your Honor's judicial assistant. We were able to get in today. About my client's background, well, first of all, we had signature bonds in each of her 5 cases, I believe, and we would ask for those to be reinstated. My client last June went through open heart surgery. There were times that she had to appear from the hospital, Freidertz Hospital down in Milwaukee. She reports that she continues with cardiac rehab, which is a 90-minute cardio exercise at Aurora. It's supposed to be every other day. She tries to attend those. A problem she has is she doesn't drive. She doesn't have a driver's license. She relies on her parents. She also has 4 children, 9, 15, 14, and 18 years old that are being schooled at home. So she does have quite a bit on her plate, in addition to the cardiac, the heart surgery and the cardiac rehab. 4 children at home that have to be schooled at home due to COVID, as well as having this issue with her provider of her phone service that kind of interrupted her ability to communicate with me. I am aware, and we do acknowledge that there have been other missed hearings, but Ms. Skinnendor has always, at least this time, has contacted me right away. In fact, 14 minutes after the hearing was called, we contacted Your Honor's judicial assistant and tried to schedule the first available return on warrant hearing in front of Your Honor. We would just ask for the bonds to be reinstated and to schedule an arraignment for the 20 CF 1791 file. Thank you, Your Honor.
Are we ready to do that today?
We could do that today, Your Honor, yes.
I'll go to ADA Hoffman on the warrant issue.
Thank you, Your Honor. As looking through the history, as Attorney Mongen stated, this is definitely not the first time the defendant has missed an appearance. However, it does look like most of the time she does get in contact with Attorney Mongen and gets right back in court, usually before the warrant's issued or shortly thereafter. I guess the state would just ask that the court remind the defendant, I'm sure she's hearing this now, that she needs to be at the hearings on the date and time that they're scheduled. But at this time, the state would not have an objection to reinstating those bonds.
And it looks like participation with criminal justice services is required. There was a violation report sent on November 30th, but it looks like it was sent because she was in jail and no longer able to comply. I assume that she's in compliance now, otherwise they would have sent another notification that she's in violation. But Ms. Skinnendor, I am gonna require you to contact Criminal Justice Services by the end of the day, just to make sure that you're up to date with your information to provide to Criminal Justice Services, okay? And I can see you're nodding her head yes. So the warrant,
Yes, okay. Sorry.
okay, thank you. So the warrant will be quashed. I'll continue the bonds in the case, but Ms. Skinnendor, I mean, we're doing these hearings. It should be really convenient for you to make court appearances because we're doing them by video. You don't even have to come down to the courthouse right now because of the public health emergency. So you might want to maybe you can sign in whenever you want during the day and just sit there with your device muted. So you can sign in 10 minutes early, you can sign in a half hour early, just to make sure that you're here on time, okay?
Okay. Also, I didn't know if I had to report to you guys. I am working too now.
Okay, well, you can tell that to the Criminal Justice Services.
Okay.
And then Attorney Manjan, have you received the information?
Yes, Your Honor, we've received a copy of the information for the 20 CF 1791 case. We're aware of the charges, the maximum penalties, and waive further reading of the information and enter a not guilty plea.
And then before we complete the arraignment, Ms. Skinnendor, you do have a right to be present in person for an arraignment. It sounds like your lawyer just wants to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you willing to waive your right to be present in the courtroom so we can continue with the video conference?
Yes.
Okay, I'll enter the not guilty plea into the record. And then some of these cases are getting pretty old, Attorney Manjan. Any thoughts on how close we are to getting to an endpoint?
Your Honor, we have received discovery as well as a global offer. Maybe if we could schedule a status/plea hearing, and on that date, we'll either accept the offer or have to schedule these for trial.
How about Friday, March 12th at 2:30?
I have a third day of a jury trial in branch 7. I don't know if it will take all 3 days. I think 2:30 would be fine.
We'll schedule it for Friday, March 12th at 2:30. Friday, March 12th at 2:30. Did you get it, Ms. Skinnendor?
Yes. Friday, March 12th at 2:30.
Okay. Ms. Skinnendor, you are definitely required to be logged on to the video conference at that time. Attorney Manjan, if your trial is still continuing, then just send us a notification when you can that you won't be available, and we'll just have to reschedule it on the record.
Okay.
ADA Hoffman, anything additional?
Nothing further from the state. Thank you.
Okay, bond continues, and that's all. Bond continues, and that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank